says I'm live. Am I live? It still says upcoming here. Oh, now it says I'm live. Oh, that was quick. That was quick. Good job, YouTube. Alright. Alright. It's a quick day for YouTube. So, last stream of this, at least, we added Cement to the team. I love Cement. He's very cute. He's got some interesting stuff going on. He's a special attacker, and right now I have an Eviolite on him, and he's sturdy. So that he does not just die when something hits him with a physical attack. But, he is desperately below level. This gym that we're approaching is in like the 40s. I don't want to start until he's like 35, so we got a ways to go. So I'm just gonna dive into, you know, a little bit of grinding. You know, a little bit of grinding. I have checked to see what's in the water in town, and it's not necessarily anything that's like super worthwhile. I actually haven't fished here though. I don't think. Did I? So I'm gonna start with Old Rod just to see what we get. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. So, okay, we got Nidoran. That's not useful for Old Rod, but it's also gonna be like a lower level because it's in the water here. You have Barrier? Okay. That's actually, if I had a Nidoran female and I was like training it to get to a Nidoqueen, that's kind of crazy. I already caught stuff on this route, so I won't be getting that here. I don't remember what the encounter was for this route. I could check the PC. What was the encounter here? I think the encounter out there was... God, I'm completely blanking on it. I usually remember at least some of them. That was the fishing encounter in town. Dragonite, right? Was that it? I think the Dragonite here was the encounter. I don't remember where he was out here, though. Maybe he's in the grass that's here, because there is some grass. And then there's also, like, the water. But I'm curious, what's here if I Good Rod? Whoop. Oh, I disagree. I disagree. That was not too slow. Sometimes I feel like it's a little random, but I also don't know if that's partially because of controller latency. This game's not designed around the fact that there's going to be latency because the button's on the hardware. Oh. Whoa! It's a little wacky. Okay, yeah, that's not being fought by Cement. Basalt could use a little experience, and it is super effective, so I think that's who I'm going to send in. I remember Cranidos was squishy, so I don't know. Okay, that was alright. That's not a real mineral, but I'll count it because it is technically, that is a Minecraft mineral, and I will accept at least one Minecraft mineral. Ooh, that would also be a really good name for like a oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a digital Pokemon, like a Porygon. Because then it's like, oh, it's not like it's, of course it's a digital guy. He's got a digital mineral name. To stop oneself from becoming a lolcow, I guess. I don't know. I feel like it's a tough question. Not that it's hard to not become one, but I would also say it's a little hard to become one. So it's like, I don't know. It's suppose you I don't know, honestly, I think that I'll say it this way. I think if someone does become one, it's not really their choice in the first place. And I think it's worth asking yourself the question, is it better to become someone's lolcow whilst, like, if that means that you are happy? Like, is it better to be cringe and free, or not cringe and shackled by the weight of fighting against being cringe? Because I would say, not 100%, but there's, to a degree, there is an extent to which I shackled myself so that I would not be cringe in certain ways, and now that has made me cringe in new ways. So it's like, is it is it worth it? You know, is it better to just be happy, to allow yourself that joy? Because I saw someone, I don't remember what they were referencing, but someone online, oh, it was Hank Green from SciShow, made a somewhat cringe post on like Blue Sky or something, and I think he also made it on Twitter and Threads. That was a comparison of likes on the same post between platforms, and someone was like, "This is kind of cringe," and everyone was like, "He may be cringe, but he is free." He's not shackled by your impression that he's cringe. He doesn't care. He's just living his life and being happy. Oh, that didn't go. Surprised that didn't go. Get bonked. A Digimon style mineral would also be good for a Porygon. Honestly, I wish we had a new Porygon. I think not that we need like a new Porygon evolution or a new Porygon form. I think we need like a new like full digital Pokemon. I think that would be really fun, because we've had them sort of rehash certain concepts here and there and be like, oh, you know, we had this and now we have a similar thing, you know, or you know, we took that same concept but in a new direction. I'm like, I feel like you could do that with a digital Pokemon, because I don't think they've done one in, like, since Porygon, like, Z, you know, because that's Porygon. It's like, because like you could look at Mimikyu as being a bit of an artificial Pokemon, but it's you know, it's made a disguise, and that almost makes it like a little bit like a Shuppet, you know. I would say Silvally is probably the closest, because it is like a top secret developed thing, and there is technology in there, but it's not like digital. Like, it's a physical living thing that's like a weird cybernetic false god made by the Aether Foundation. Craziest backstory. Alright, I'm getting bad luck with this rod now, so I'm gonna switch to just fighting things normally. I think surfing had decent stuff, because I think surfing was like Hitmonlee. Ooh. You know, I think... Well, I also think, kind of in the same vein of a new Porygon, they should have done a Porygon Convergent that's just like... Sort of like, it's a thing that looks like Porygon, maybe replicates the line up to Porygon 2 and then splits off. Where Porygon Z went weird. This would kind of maybe not even happen. Like, there might not even be like that, like a change there. I don't know. I think that would be really fun. Okay, so he's got Hex. Oh, bro's beefy. He's beefy. I can't do it that way. Yeah, a wooden one would be cool. Like, I know a lot of people would wanted like a Oh, why did I switch to Slowbro? He's got Hex. Yeah, there's the Hex. How much does it do? Okay, not as much as I was afraid it would. But like, I know a lot of people wanted like a wooden Porygon for like Pokemon Legends Arceus, or like an origami Porygon. He's got Circle Throw. Oh, interesting. Oh, Circle Throw didn't swap me out. I'm surprised. I don't know why that happened. Or why that didn't happen, rather. Get revenged. But you know, I've seen a lot of people who want that for like, you know, a game that takes place in the past, like Legends Arceus. And I kind of get it. I think what would appeal to me most, though, would be for Porygon to have been inspired by like a living thing. Because like no matter what, it would be like you're gonna have to kind of retcon it a bit if you're now adding like a past Porygon. Yep. She be schmovin'. Alright, I'm gonna just Moonblast. I think this will just kill because it's a Weasel. Never mind, Weasel has special defense here. Boom. So I've been playing a bit of Marvel Rivals, which I thought was coming out yesterday, but actually was coming out on Thursday. So on Thursday I didn't really do a lot. I just kind of played around in the practice range and just kind of felt what some of the characters were like. Overall, very solid game, I would say. It has some hiccups, and it's crazy because like every time I see someone who like tries to make a game that's like a hero shooter, I've never seen someone do it as successfully. I feel like this just kills anyways. Well, it does have special defense. I should have. I don't know. This might still kill. It's super effective. Yeah. Whenever someone tries to make a hero shooter, like, I feel like no one has managed to do it as well as Valve and Blizzard. Like, Team Fortress 2 and Overwatch are probably like the two most like polished gameplay experiences in that style of shooter that I've like ever seen. Marvel Rivals has like a little bit of jank. It's a new release, so it's more forgivable for it to have some jank, but it seems to be like a little poorly optimized in some ways. The game is light, it runs very well. You won't see a lot of like frame rate drops or anything like that. Yes, obsidian is a mineral, so that is a viable name. So like the frame rate's not an issue or anything, but when you load a character model or you load into a map, it becomes visible before it's fully loaded in a lot of cases. And like Overwatch would have this issue for me in the past. In the original release, sometimes like the character models wouldn't load in immediately. I don't know why that was. That only ever happened on my personal computer, and I think it was just as it approached hard drive death, because eventually the hard drive died. And also because I was running it on like a hard disk instead of like a solid state drive. I was hoping you'd text. 2, 3. Oh. We got the 4. Just gonna use coil. Yeah, like I'd have like this weird issue with like models loading in sometimes, but oddly enough, Rivals has the issue of textures loading in. It kind of reminds me of playing Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Wii U without all of the texture packs downloaded. It's a lot like that, and it's like a little funny because it's like it's this super polished, visually impressive game, and then I'll like pick a character and their textures are like low quality. I mean low. Or like load into a map after I respawn. The spawn room textures for like the first second are really low quality. I'm like, why? You could, well, I guess you couldn't do it with a 0, but you might be able to do it with space. I don't know if it would let you send just a space in chat. Dang. Unfortunate. You could probably find there's space-like characters where like there's nothing in it, but it is like a spacing character that you can find on like Unicode character lists that will be able to show up. Like you could like I think one of them is like the Braille space. The Braille space character isn't recognized by most like space removal systems, like things that like go like, oh, you can't send it if you just have a space, or like that remove spaces. Braille spaces aren't recognized in most of those, so you can actually usually slip those in and it'll bypass those checks. It's a secret technique I learned. I don't remember what I was doing though. Why did I need a Braille space to represent nothing? I can't even remember anymore. There was some reason I did it as a joke, and I was really surprised that it worked. And I don't remember what it was. I'm just gonna fight a little bit of the stuff in this splashy. Ooh, look at that! I love that you get like a random furfrou in the places that spawn them. Blue flare. Okay, he's got some special defense. And some defense. Oh my god, this thing is just a tank. Ow. Of course I missed a blue flare. Uh-oh. I didn't know he had that. I'd forgotten if I knew. I was like, oh, he's got Blaze Kick and Smelling Salts here. He's not doing much. Well, there goes Cement. See, this is why it's hard if you have a low-level Pokemon that you want to add to the team. Because then they just... It's so hard to use them in a Nuzlocke. Because you have to you have to train them up, and I play this like I don't understand how there's any challenge in playing like a Nuzlocke where you have nothing that requires you to use Pokemon that are at a lower level. Like I don't understand the people who do like Nuzlocks and like hack in rare candies so that they or like run from wild battles because they're like, well, that's just not as fun because you can lose a Pokemon to something that's not a boss fight, and it's like, yeah, that's the point. Well, rest in peace, Cement. I tried. All right. Well, do I want another one of the level 20s? Or do I go for someone who's a higher level? Modest Pidgeot that has a slight special attack lean as a result is interesting. Yeah, the Charizard's level 20 though as well, and I'm like, do I get something that's like a higher level? Like I have this Dragonite, but I'm kind of holding off on using Dragonite if I can. I'm trying to think. I don't have a flying type, so like Shale could be nice to have for that reason. Yeah, that's fair. I'm surprised that... I wonder if that's something that they considered when they were like thinking about like different like Paradox mods. Because could you imagine if they had a Paradox line that was like Iron Symbol or something, and it was a it was unowned, but it was like integers and maybe like plus and minus as the characters, and then they could add a different multi-form one that would be for the you know, past paradoxes. Like some other Pokemon that has a bunch of forms could get like a past paradox, and they could both kind of fill that same niche. Yeah, you know what? Let's add Charizard, and we'll instead be training Charizard for for the gym. I'm a little sad I didn't get Cement to evolve. I have a King's Rock. That could be nice. I also have an expert belt. Expert belt might be good because I have a lot of... Like, I have a pretty wide range of move options. So I'm going to just put him in the lead, and then I'm also going to swap out Binacle over here, put in just a Charizard. Somehow, Charizard always shows up. Wait. Bro has Sniper? Do I have... I do have a scope lens. These two are swapping. Bro needs a higher crit chance. Okay, he does learn Blue Flare. Are there any specific... Bro gets Cosmic Power. Special attacks that would be good to have, though. Okay, this is replacing Steel Wing. I think I have Protect. Oh, he does learn Protect. I'll give Shale that just because that is useful as a not fully evolved, or not, sorry, as a lower level Pokemon. All right. Oh, wait, actually. The grass, if the grass is where the Dragonites were, and I think it was... Oh, I have to check my berries. Reminds me. Ha. Actually, so I'm gonna check my berries real quick before I get too caught up over here. It is berry time. Whoa. Hello? What? Hello? Who are you? Oh. So they'll tell me all the random mutations I get. Well, okay, so that only got me one. So that's unfortunate. I'm thinking some of these are going to be impossible for me to grow. Just because I'm only streaming this game once a week. I can't water them daily. So I think I'm going to switch to caring more about the relevant berries and not wasting my time on the ones that I only get like one from every time. Oh, real quick though, the other thing about Marvel Rivals that sometimes happens is when you die, like you can see the instant replay, or you can spectate, and you can skip that replay by clicking and then spectating, you know, your teammates. In that time, the game calls out part of the map, and it jumps over immediately, and is not fully rendered. So like the map will just have these huge holes in it that you're like seeing through. It's really weird. And I'm playing this on a solid state. Like this is not a game running on like a hard disk drive or something where it's like, oh, you know, I'm saying it's bad at loading its files, but it's my own user error or something. No, it's just like the game's not optimized to load things super well, which is kind of weird. And I think it's probably part of what makes it run so well is that it calls things out very efficiently. But then it's just really weird seeing a game that looks so polished in all other aspects, but then when the camera angle changes, it's like suddenly Scarlet and Violet. and like there's just a hole in the world. It's such a strange thing. Ooh, you know what? I just thought of an interesting way it could go. So they could have... Okay, so take Unknown and just make a past version, like a past Paradox version and a future Paradox version. So you could have... Ooh, okay, I think this fits. You could do Iron Numeral for a future Paradox version, and then that's like numbers. Well, I guess it would also be... Maybe you could do like Iron... I guess you could just do like iron symbol or iron. You could maybe do Iron Enigma. And then for the past Paradox, you could do like... Wild Sigil or something like that, or like... I'm trying to think of things that would fit the number of characters, but I'll stick with Wild Sigil for now because I think that name goes pretty hard. So I think that one could be based on, because like we have like the English letters, then we would have like numbers. They could do, just kind of as like a nod to the fact that Pokemon is a Japanese series, they could do all of the different hiragana, like not all hiragana I guess, but like all of the main hiragana, so or like all of the Oz, like the ones that would show up on like a keyboard if someone was typing. So like you would get like so you would have a, ka, sa, ta, na, ha / wa, ma, ya, ra. I forget what this one is. Is this wa? This might be wa, because that's ya. So like it would be those characters. I had to type that on my on my phone because it's. I see. If I look at these, there's only one of all of those ones. I don't think any of those will grow well for me. So I think it would just be better for me to grow things like citrus and oran above all else. So like it would be somehow, I don't know how they would do it, but versions of those I think would be really crazy. Because that's the thing is like hiragana is a lot more complex. They could also do like the katakana versions. Instead they're a little simpler. But if they could find a way, because I mean, all of the unknown look a little weird. So like if they found a way to do those, I think that would be so cool. I think, because then that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. That is 10. You have 10 hiragana bases, and then you have 10 numbers. You have 0 through 9. And then you could add maybe some symbols that are present in you know, math. And so like that would be like your you know, plus, minus, equals type things. How many other ones? Because there's and I forget what this one is, but this one's separate. So like you'd have that, which I don't know what this one is. I think those two are just. So yeah, so those are the other two base ones that, as far as I know, that aren't. Because there's a few that are like kind of weird case ones, like is always on an end, like end of a sound. So like san ends with which is that little H looking one. Or kun is ku. So they could do those, and then they could do like math symbols. I think for the most part they can just like variables already kind of work, because like the most common ones are like x and you know t, r, h. Like those are all things that they already have in the like standard unknown sets. So like I don't think they would need to do those ones. Yeah, y. Oh, I didn't think of y. Z is another common one. So it's like for those, honestly, you can just kind of utilize the existing set of unknown if you wanted to do like, oh, I send out 2x, you know, or something, or like something like that. But then because some of those symbols, like x is very similar to like the most common multiplication symbol of like x for times, but you could do honestly Greek letters could also be utilized as a past paradox if they wanted to. I'm just being a weeb and being like, oh yeah, they must do hiragana. But you know, they could do Greek letters would go hard as a past paradox. Or if they wanted to get really wacky, they could base it on like that like Mesopotamian like those like little like triangle based symbols where it's like all of the letters were like you have like three little like wedge-shaped things, and then those would be like arranged as a letter or something. Is that ancient Sumerian? That might be Sumerian specifically. That could also work as a past paradox. But I know for a fact if they did multiplication, I would want the symbol to be an asterisk. So it would be like it would basically just be the unknown's eye and then like little, like 6 little spokes sticking off of it as he like floats around. I think that would be really fun. I'm gonna save a few citrus berries. I'm not gonna use all of them here, but division might be a little tougher because like you could do that as because it's like a line with 2 dots normally, and it's like I don't know because they not the eye, but I don't know. They'd find a way if they wanted to. If they wanted to, they would figure it out. I have lumberries I could plant. Honestly, that could just be a part of because I'd imagine because like one of the biggest things is like Pokemon is this broad series. There's so many things. Unknown always tend to like form rings when they float, where they'll just like when they're using their power in like the movie, like they're all like forming these little rings that are like spinning around whatever they're doing in a lot of cases. Almost resembling like that like kind of biblical angel like wheel of eyes type thing, which honestly might be part of the reason they did that. No, but they could do if iron enigma or iron symbol, whatever they want to call it, was to be doing stuff like maybe they would all fly in like a figure 8 on its side, making and like a little infinity as they like channel their power. I don't know what the other ones would do though. All right. Could do just some normal berries here. Do some like chestos. The biggest difficulty now is I'm like, what would a past paradox one do? Because like, if it's Greek letters, I think it'd be really fun if they just formed like basic polygons or triangles or something, referencing like Pythagoras. But that feels more artificial. So I don't know if I would want them to do that as much, Like, would that be... they just all form lines. What else could they do? Ooh, you know what? They could just form an angle, like a clock. Like they would form 2 hands, basically, but they'd be evenly in size. And then maybe, like, they would rotate kind of around. You can't really see but my fingers behind my thing, and then when it gets to the top the other set would rotate, so it'd be like they'd be kind of swinging in this circular pattern, but then they kind of almost like bonk each other into motion. I think that would go crazy, because then now it kind of references like, oh, the past time, they're the hands of a clock, but also I don't know, I feel like that would be kind of like this hypnotic animation of them like just bonking off each other, but they'd always be forming like angles. And maybe you could Or maybe they could form more spokes too, like as they go. Where like maybe it's like one spoke moves, hits the next spoke which moves, hits the next spoke which moves, and so you have like this, you know, like a structure made of them, and then their like energy connects between them and forms like lines. I don't know. I didn't walk while I was watering. No, that would go crazy hard. I'm surprised they didn't want to do that. I feel like that is one of the easier options for Paradox Pokemon. Maybe that's why they didn't do it, is that they felt like it wouldn't look as interesting. But I don't know. That sounds pretty cool to me. Oh, that would be fun. I think they could do that. Honestly, because they don't really have a stick insect, do they? Am I forgetting something, or is there just not one? I don't think they do. That could be a really fun, fun way to do like a stick insect that kind of acts as like a bit of a mimic. Whoa! All right, we're getting a horde. What do we got? Thunderous. Okay. Hey guys. Hey everybody. I'm going to switch to Basalt and hope that they don't have an electric move. That's true. I could technically do this. The question is, would I be able to commit to doing it if I started it? Like, would I finish? I'm already struggling to finish up my my last batch. I have 2 more sketches done for my Inktober set, and I've just not finished their sprites. It's how it always goes. I do so good keeping up, and then I just like when I get to the end of the month, I'm like, all right, motivation gone. Honestly, I think the idea of it acting as like a little mimic, I think it would be really cool if it had like a stance system, that could work kind of like Protean, but it would specifically work, not, it wouldn't give you stab, but it would give you the defensive characteristics of that type. So you would use a fighting move, and it would be like stance change into like a humanoid thing, like a little stick man, and then like do its attack. And then now it takes damage as if it's a fighting type, but it still would have stab from bug. I don't know. Loose concept here, but no, we don't Leech. Oh, that one's dead. Goodbye, Thunderous. Finish one off. They probably wouldn't, but like, I don't know, like they could still go for the fact that, because like those are typically based on, you know, just like actual people, you know, and like action movies and stuff, or, you know, martial artists and whatnot. So it's like it would just be doing martial arts stuff, so it would kind of work like that. I feel like you could do an angular 3. I'm gonna protect because I don't know what Metatite's got. Light screen. Nice. So we are switching. We are switching for sure. Just so that I don't have to deal with that. The grass is definitely going to be where I'm going to be training, though, just because the possibility of getting a horde battle that's full of legendaries is very nice. That is a great question. Bad luck, I suppose. That's why. Trotagun, what do you got? Brick break. God, that thing has a lot of special defense. That was with a crit, which gives me... So sniper makes my crits, I think, double damage. That was 4 times damage. I am a lower level, though, so... I suppose it's not that crazy. This thing does have light screen. Goodbye. I just killed it. Okay. Oh, also, I did mention this on Wednesday, and I did want to provide an update. So, I don't know if I got the date of the tournament right. I think I said it was yesterday. It's actually tonight, but my oldest brother is on a team, like a semi-professional, I guess is probably the best term for it, team for the newest, like, esports team for the newest Quidditch game that came out. It's called like Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. He was going to do a stream of him playing the game, but he has since decided against that because he's like, I'm gonna need more focus. Which, to be fair, he plays as a keeper, so he's basically a goalie. Not as exciting to watch, but you do kind of get to see, like, the peanut gallery view. Okay, a whole horde of Greninja. I really don't have anyone who, can hit multiple Pokemon at once other than... through Surf. so I guess that's what we're doing. But he did say he's gonna have, like, his other team members are going to be streaming, so I might share those if he gives me the links. Okay. They're all using acid. And is that automatize? Automatize? I forget. Oh, great. They've got circle throw. Does that mean I'm getting switched, or is Basalt immune to that? No, okay, I'm getting switched. This is a weird one. Alright, what are they using? Healing Wish, Healing Wish. Autotomize. It is Autotomize. Autotomize. This is such a strange one for them to do. There we go. Alright, we didn't get switched this turn. Even though Surf's not very effective, like, it's the only thing that hits all of them. I'm mostly just prioritizing broad damage as opposed to, like, individual target damage. Because even though this is not very effective, I am hurting all of them with it. They're just speeding up. Oh, he's faster than me. At least circle throw always goes last. That is a lot of experience off that. Slacking is actually scary. That is a scary spawn. I might need silica for this. I'm fleeing. I need safety. I'm gonna paralyze him. That's terrifying. I am still gonna paralyze before I switch back to someone else. Because this thing's not truant anymore. It's going to hit every turn if I don't do something about that. Okay, I'm gonna switch after this. Only move we've seen him use is an ice move, as far as damaging moves went, so we'll see. Alright, we got the paralysis. We do have cross chop. I don't like how much damage I was doing with those moves either, because that means that that thing had other stats. If the stats weren't HP or defense, they were something else, which that could be speed, maybe. That could be special defense, maybe. But that could also be it's one of its attack stats could just be really high. I love that I still can't one-shot a Natu. Yep. Alright, get out of here. Get out of here. Alright, that slacking was scary. I'm gonna go heal. But that grass, when it's not raining, very nice. Because I don't know if the rain affects the horde spawns. I also don't know if there are definite spawns in the rain. I don't know. What do we got? Drudagon. Alright, well, we've got 4x equals 15. So 15/4 is just over 3, or just less than 4. Is that 3.75, I guess, right? Have I done it? Was I correct? Alright. Let me make sure. Here. I was correct. I was correct. I've done it. I can sometimes still do math. Confirmed. Oh, Shell's gonna level up after that. Hey, you landed on a not crazy number, so that's pretty good. You know, it was completely, you know, rational. I forgot I had that. It was a completely rational, like, you know, only 2 decimal place number. Shell! Aurora beam. Now we can one-shot some Natu. There, on Pie Day, there are some people who do that. They'll specifically, like, they'll make a pie of some sort, like one of the ones that has like a crust on top, and they'll cut the vent holes into a pie. I've also seen some people do one where it's an uncovered top, like where you do like strips, and then they do like pie in like strips of dough. But I think that's less fun. That's less fun to me than like the cutouts. Oh, we got the crit. Oh, no one's leaving? Oh, well. I wasn't leaving in the first place. We got another crit. See, I think that's just because not enough people appreciate pi as a number. I think that's it. That's honestly, I think it's a little sad that like the only people who like really care about Pi Day are like either really big nerds, or I guess this also counts as really big nerds, but like math teachers. They're like, oh, Pi Day. And it's like, it's a fun way to get people excited about math, and I'm like, I'm just surprised that, you know, no one does anything to really appreciate that for the most part. It's like, look, I think people would like just an excuse to bake some pies, you know? Like, why not? Well. Goodbye. Goodbye. It'd be great if Basalt came back. Ah, oh, Carrawhite. Okay, well, Carrawhite's not bad. I'm just gonna roll on Keck and take one out. Shale wants Flying Press. I don't think I would get Stab, and I also don't really have physical attack, so I'm not going to get that now. Would be a fun move, but I don't think it makes a ton of sense to have. Yeah, I think, yeah, like just having more stuff that actually references it just would make it more popular, I think. Ah, look who's back. They don't know what they've done. Ooh, Basalt's level 40. You fool! Nope. There it is. Whee! Bro wants to go fast. That's what I'm seeing here. Goodbye, final Greninja. Shale is growing fast thanks to all that. The horde battles are really helping, I think. There's a Dragonite. That's what I've been looking for. I wanted a Dragonite that I could hit with Aurora Beam. Bro, hit me with Spore. Bro is spamming Spore. I mean, I think SciShow usually does something pie related for Pi Day. Like there's like a series like online that have that. Like I'm sure like Numberphile probably has something on that, or you know like other like more educational channels. But I don't know if anyone else does. Like maybe you'd find one on like Discovery Channel or something. Or Science Channel, or I don't know, but whee. Heal me. I actually might be able to do the gym today. I was worried that it would take too long to train, and it might have taken too long to train Cement, but it has not taken too long to train my Shale here. Goodbye, Doduo. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I feel like there's no one who does that way. Milk drink. Shale is thirsty. There's a crit. Shale is gonna be really scary after I build up some affection, because once Shale gets to that, like, oh, I have affection, so I can do I'm up a crit, like a one stage in like the crit tiers. That would be very nice. This is the one I've been hunting for. It's surfing time. They have roost? I didn't even know they had roost. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, I don't think that was roost. I think another one just used a different healing move. Maybe that wasn't a healing move. I don't know. Oh, Aurora Beam. These Dragonite and their use of Spore is insane. They just spam it. Boop, boop, boop. I don't like that they've used Meditate twice. I'm gonna use Protect this turn. They've used Meditate 3 times, actually. I think that would count. I would say it would. Got a horde. Which one is it? Greninja? Thunderous. I love my Thunderous horde. Gonna be here for a little while. They're just slapping. Yeah, that's disarming voice. Oh my god. Everyone wanted to use double slap this turn. Well, hey, this surf is about to go crazy at least. Because literally, like, 4 of them die to this. Yeah, they could fit that in easily. Goodbye, Thunderous. That fight was insane. Alright, this should get Shale to 33. Watch me go to the gym and they're like, actually, you have to do the Pokeball Factory first. Because I know there is the Pokeball Factory arc, but I think that's after the gym. I have confirmed it is after the gym. My, my like, team tracking sheet. Oh, that's right, it's Wonder Guard. I completely forgot, and I've just been conveniently using exclusively super effective moves. Bulky Wonder Guard Druddigan is actually kind of sick. Got like one crit, just nukes one of these Dragonites. Can I do that? Nope. Okay. Only trainer battles, but not fancy trainer battles. Goodbye, Metatite. There it is. There's the spore. My connection dipped for a split second. I'm curious, wait, can I see where that happened? Okay, so the second I laughed, I laughed and I said, yeah, maybe not. That is when my connection dipped for all of a split second. Is that both defenses? It is both defenses. Bro is just spamming his defend order. Oh my god. My favorite number is 5. My dad's was 3, and he had the brand of autism where everything had to be a 3. I at least have the justification that if everything has to be a 5, well, that's you know, it's not a nice round number every time, but it's always halfway to a nice round number every time. Oh, no, that's not boiled. Well. Like, people understand a 5. Like a multiple of 5. People don't understand a multiple of 3. I'm gonna switch after this. That would have been a great time to get a crit. Goodbye, Slack Egg. That's fair. That is a very fair reason. That is fair. I would like to heal again. I'm almost done. I was gonna say this would be a great time to get a horde battle, but here I am, not getting one. Another slacking. We got the crit! That did so much damage. Oh my god. Shale is a force. I mean, I would say that it is, but that's just me. Oh, yeah, I forgot I had filter on Carolite. Alright, well, let us fly back to town. Gonna heal again real quick, and then we're gonna take on the gym. Because we are where I wanted to be for it. The gym! Alright, I'm just gonna go right. Alright, can't go right, so I'm gonna go top right. Hey, I got one of the trainers. Well, it depends on the game, because, like, if you look at X and Y, you would get a Kanto starter before the second gym, I think, right? Because it's the first time you get to the professor's lab, he gives you one. But I think part of the reason they make them good but not better than a pseudo is because they don't want them to be so powerful, you know? Like, they don't want them to be like they want them to be good enough that someone who doesn't have a lot of experience can lean on them, but they don't want them to be so good that everything is, like, immediately super easy, you know? Goodbye, Baham. I am now part grass type. Roll and kick. Oh, I just realized these are bikers. I think they're supposed to be like Furasode girls. Is that their official in-game name? She's another biker. Biker Webster. I imagine they're all bikers, even though they have different like artwork. Oh, that was scary, actually. I did not expect that out of Amanda Buzz. Okay, we're swapping. Basalt can take that best. So we'll switch to him. No, thank you. Oh my god. I thought that was going to one-shot me. Like, I was full ready to lose my Charizard in that moment. Mandibuzz is fast. I got a speed boost by these randomized stats. I kind of, so in the way I got to experience, I would say same. Because I would say I had a very lucky experience in lockdown, in that I was able to walk around because I could go outside. Like, I lived in, like, you know, a very walkable area. You know, there weren't a lot of people like going around or anything, so it wasn't like I would need to do much to be protective, to just go outside or anything. So like I went for a lot of walks. Oh wait, that was just the way I came from. Whoop. Okay, we'll go this way. But no, that's not where I want to be. Excuse me. Pardon me. Pardon the intrusion. But like, I don't know, like I spent a lot of that time free to like play a lot of games, which was nice. Because I was in college at the time, but it took away when I was at home. Because like with college, the way we wrapped up everything was at home, and that wasn't a huge issue. Like my semester's classes wrapping up at home was fine. It was mostly smooth because a lot of it was the computer science department being already kind of equipped to handle that, which was nice. But it was, I don't know, like I spent a lot of time being able to like play games and watch shows remotely with Gwen. Which we had to time them, but I don't know, like I think it was a pretty nice experience, all things considered. But I was kind of lucky in that I was able to have that experience, you know? Like, I'm not gonna learn that. I like having an ice move. It's actually kind of nice. Yeah. It was... Yeah, it's like, I don't know, there's something to me that feels like I was like, I didn't fight this one, did I? I don't know, it was a peaceful time for the most part. I don't know, I would say I was lucky to get to have an enjoyable lockdown, but I enjoyed lockdown, especially as someone who's not super social and stuff like that, and is content to just kind of like sit at home and do things I enjoy, go for walks, things like that. Like it all worked very well for me on that end. Oh, color change Murkrow. That's actually a really cool concept. I like that. I mean, it honestly, it could. It very well could. I'm hoping it does not, but things can be unpredictable like that. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna switch. I'd say a lot of things in the world right now are not great. Uncertain and weird and non-ideal in a lot of cases, but I'm hopeful that, you know, things will stabilize and things will become a lot chiller as time goes on. Oh, that sucks for me. That Murkrow is crazy. Yeah, that whole situation is crazy too, yeah. Okay, so I want to get rid of my paralysis. I know I have cherry berries. Right? Do I not? Never mind. Thought I had them. I have lumberries. It's more valuable for me to use a citrus berry on silica and then use milk drink to heal the others. Just throw that out there. Okay. Now I just have to get back to the other girl. Okay, I know I can follow the path to the right from here. And I'll get there. Because that's what I did before, and it got me there. Yep. Here we go. Yeah, I'd say that. It kind of is, kind of isn't, because it's like, it's technically like... And I would say it is. I would say it is. I think a lot of people would argue it isn't, but I would say I would be inclined to agree that that is. Because it's like I see them as you know, two separate nations that are in conflict, which I would say that in my opinion is, or I might not be. I'm not politically versed enough to say that necessarily. Like, maybe like there's probably like a specific criteria, like, oh, technically they have to declare it, and then everyone has to agree, and then I don't know, shake hands on it and be like, yep, we're at war, and then they go and fight. Then I don't know, but Bro's got taunt. Getting a lot of crits here. I'm very lucky right now. Right, can I? Okay, it doesn't do it, dude. Ooh. Very lucky set of Mons for me, because this can get hit by Aurora Beam for quad damage. That hurt, but not as much as I was worried it might. Just swept with the new Zard. The new Zard. Zard with a soft Z. A fairy badge. She gave me Venoshock. I have 3 who can learn Venoshock. I don't think any of them really need it, though. Whee! It is a long and troubled history. It sucks, because it's like, I wish it was like harder for people to so quickly form these like sort of in-group out-group things, but because it's crazy, and it's like, you know, like, I can't like fathom the idea of going like, oh, and I guess this is probably because I've never been like I wasn't raised religious or anything, but like the idea of like seeing someone having like a different religion being like, oh, disgusting, like, is crazy to me. And it makes it so hard to like understand how those sorts of things are like even starting. Rude. But this is fair. We don't, yeah, we can shift. In lighter news, so I recently, so like the company I work for, like they were, since around the time I got hired, they were like building a new like headquarters in my city, and that's officially done, and I now work in that building, and it's kind of in a dead zone in Pokemon Go. Like, there's stuff around it, but like on its lot, there's nothing else. Like, there's just this building. It was just built there. That spot used to be like a parking lot. So there's nothing there. There's no stops. Like, there's stuff next to it. Like, if I was to go out of my building and cross the street, I could hit some like Pokestops. There's a gym nearby, but it's kind of cold right now. I don't want to do that. So I'm like, I was like, man, I need to like get my building in to Pokemon Go, and that can be a slow process. Actually, you know what? I don't know how long that Pokeball Factory sequence is going to be, so I might like save that for next stream. I'm just going to start doing my Pokemon to me. But so like, I don't think I have any. Do I have Pokepuffs right now? I might not. Here, wait. I'll just go to Carnelian and I can check. And, you know, can go from there. Yeah, no, I don't. But I was like, man, my building's not in Pokemon Go, and that can be a slow process. Also, see ya. But the like process of getting like a Pokestop approved can be really slow. So I was like, all right, how do I get my building in Pokemon Go? I was like, well, I guess I'll just submit it, and you know, I will try doing like more things so that I can bump up the priority. I submitted it, and it got denied by their like AI system that determines, like, that does some level of verifying if something is a worthwhile inclusion. And I guess the AI said, no, it's not. So I just, you know, had to like sort of start over on that, or so I had to appeal it, rather, I should say. I'm gonna focus on this for a second, then I'll get back to the story, because this is, there we go. Oh god. That was bad, but I got it in half. So I submitted it. The AI auto denied it, and I think it's because they probably have in their system, like, one, the AI checks for like words, but then also verifies if there is a thing in that spot. And my building is very newly finished. It might still be flagged as a spot that was like under construction, not safe for people to be walking and whatnot. But it's not anymore. There is a little construction going on. It's primarily interior, and then there's some like landscaping going on. So there's nothing like big new construction going on right in that building. And like, so that's, you know, that's all done. So I was like, I'm going to appeal it and lay out my case, because I'm like, I'm sure that's going to get a human review. And it did. And because it was denied and the human review was able to happen, I ended up having that spot, like that building was approved faster than anything I've ever had in Pokemon Go. As far as like getting it approved went, it was absolutely crazy. It was so fast. I had it approved same week, like literally it took 3 days, I think, because I submitted it, next day it was denied, resubmitted it same day, and then it was approved after that. Oh crap. I got 57, but that was, yeah, not my best. Man, these puzzles, who is doing them fast, you know? Here, let's up my sensitivity to max like it normally is. Okay. Here. Yes! Oh my god, I can't believe I got that. I went full locked in, and I got it. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, so now that I've got 5 stars on that mode, I'm doing unlimited. And unlimited, I think, you get time every time you complete a puzzle. So I have to start just... that. All right. See how many puzzles I can do. That goes here. These two swamp. This goes here. You. Okay. Just plowing through it. All right. This one could be tough. Because I have had them go longer than this. Oh no. I already messed it up. Okay, this here, this here. Okay, wait, this can go here, this here, this here. Oh, this one goes over here, this one goes over here. Okay, I didn't lose it. I didn't lose it fully. All right, I'm down 1 second for this one, so that's not ideal, but I think I can still do it. Okay, this goes down here. That one, that one. Okay, this goes like here? Yeah. Not doing that bad so far. I'm sustaining. I don't know how many puzzles it's gonna make me do. It is technically endless, but... Oh, we're only at 50 seconds for this last puzzle. That's going to be tough. I've only beaten 50 seconds once. I got the 47. So this is probably it. Okay, this. Okay. Uh-oh, uh-oh. There it is. That's only 3 stars? I only get 3 stars for all that. 8 puzzles, 3 stars. That's rude. That's rude. Let's try one berry picker. Okay. Okay. I grabbed the wrong one too. Alright, I think that was close to 33. I might have had a little higher. 38? Whoa. That was still only 4.5. That's rude. It's rude game. All right. Boop, bap, boop. Oh, is that it? That's it. I think that's max affection from Ninetales here. Let me check. Has Carnelian maxed? Carnelian's maxed. That's our first Pokemon to have max affection in this entire run. And I guess that makes sense because Carnelian was our second Pokemon ever caught. So if anyone's gonna have gonna get to max affection at this point, it would be Carnelian. So I'm realizing Marble is the team lead right now. Okay, let's see. So let's go to Silica, who's next in line for affection boosting. Alright, that's all. Okay, do I have... I do have more. Doop. Doop, doop. Doop, doop. Okay. So now you're one away from done. Whee! Yeah, and you are full. Okay, so Marble's next. Boop, boop, beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep, beep. Oh. Will the animation play out? Alright. Beep, 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 beep. Also, I will say I didn't get a chance to really specify this as I was talking about Marvel Rivals earlier. I just want to make clear I like the game. It's very fun. Very stylish, very fun. I have a couple minor gripes, but overall, game's pretty good. I don't think I enjoy it more than I enjoy Overwatch. Which is something I was kind of curious. It was like, will I like this more? I don't think I do. I think there are some issues with just game feel in some instances for me that I'm like, I don't know. I think Overwatch feels better in like this way type of a case. Right now in its current state, I would say Marvel Rivals is like maybe like a 7 out of 10 based on what I've played. It would be an 8 out of a 10 without like the bugs and glitches. I think those drag it down a bit. Or not even bugs. It's just glitches. It's just glitches and load issues. I think the game itself looks very polished, feels pretty polished. It is a good game, but it is not a flawless game. And I especially don't see... I've seen some people kind of echo this sentiment. I don't see its competitive scene taking off like Overwatch's did. Because it's less polished than I think most competitive scenes tend to want. But not in the visual way, but in the game balance way. I think the game currently is not very well balanced. It's not badly balanced, but it's not well balanced. There's a few characters that are very clearly very strong. I think in a professional setting, people who are playing like crazy, they are going to make use of those unbalanced things, and I think that the meta is going to be very, very quickly defined. As you play as these characters who are broken, like I think Hela, Loki, Thor are going to be a very common trio because one is a tank, one is a DPS, one is a support, and by having a Hela, a Loki or a Thor can be revived instantly. Like, it can't happen constantly, but it can happen, and I think that's going to make it a very strong combo that you're going to see a lot. Similarly, I think that you're going to see a lot of so wait, why did I do Gardevoir before I did my Skuntank? I don't know. Shale's not going to get to eat anything. That's usually how it goes. The older ones don't get to eat nearly as many snacks, but to be fair, now that Carnelian's done, there is a higher chance that there will be snacks for everybody. Because Carnelian's not going to be eating any. But yeah, I think another really strong combo is Mantis and Star-Lord with I can't think of his name. With Adam Warlock. Because Adam Warlock can, one, he can res people, but two, Mantis and Star-Lord can kind of res themselves if he's on their team. They can just come back through like a cocoon instead of having to respawn at their like respawn rooms. Off to Charizard. Brrr. This sounds like the happy spot. Ah, this is. See the open mouth? Some Pokemon do that instead of having like extra squinty eyes. They'll just like open their mouth and like, oh yeah. I swear, if they made a Pokemon game that just let me do this with all of my Pokemon as like the main shtick, it's just like, oh, be friends. I'll be so happy. Like literally, if Pokemon Legends ZA has Pokemon-Ami in it, and it uses HD Rumble or something, and motion control, I'll be like, all right, yeah, I'm doing it. Goodbye, friend. All right, Silica, you are now the one who gets to walk around here. All right, let me decorate. Do I have... What beds do I have? None that I like more than this one right now. I think there is like a grass bed, and I would use that on this usually. But this is where I'm gonna end today's stream though. So to say thank you so much if you joined me live or after the fact. Either way is cool with me as long as you had some fun. That said, I am going to go do human things as humans do, and you probably should too. So thank you so much. Goodbye. I will see y'all in the next stream on Wednesday. I will not be streaming next Saturday, so there will not be more of this for a couple weeks. But on Wednesday, if I'm still enjoying Marvel Rivals by then, and I probably will be, you can expect that's what I'm going to stream if I can. So yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Goodbye. I'm leaving now.